Hi guys! Today we are gonna test this extremely affordable eyeshadow from a brand called W7. I got it from a store called Normal. They have a lot of affordable makeup in that store, especially they have a huge collection of this brand called W7. And this is my second product that I bought from this brand. Regarding the first product, I'm gonna make another review and you will find it later on my channel. But this eyeshadow palette, I bought it for, if I'm not mistaken, 4.6 euros or maybe 4.4. It's super affordable. It comes with 12 shades and I've swatched it in the store, and for the price it's simply amazing. But let's apply it on our eyes and see how it actually looks. To prime my eyelids, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Cosmetics Hydrating Camo Concealer. Generally it's better to use an eyeshadow primer, but I don't own one, so you can always use a concealer. I'm going to use a very fair shade. Make sure that my eyelids are as white as possible to show the actual color of the eyeshadow. To be honest, I have already used this eyeshadow palette multiple times, so I already have a formed opinion, but there are a few shades that I haven't used, and we can do it together, as well as you can see the product actually in the process of application and see how it works. The only downside is that there is no mirror, but of course for the price you cannot ask for a mirror as well. And the eyeshadow is like very loosely pressed, so when you try to pick it, first of all you pick a lot of pigment, and second of all there is a lot of kickback in the palette. But as long as the eyeshadow works and blends, I don't think that's a big problem. Shadows, I don't think they have names, they have only numbers which are mentioned on the back of a palette. And it has 18 months, 1.5 year of shelf life, which means that after you open the palette and start using it, you have 1.5 years. No one follows this data, but in the perfect world you're not supposed to use this eyeshadow palette for more than 1.5 years. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick the color number 8, which is the mid-toned dusty pink shade, and we are gonna go ahead and apply it in our crease. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so that you can have a better look. It's very pigmented, however it blends beautifully. However, how many matte shades do we have in the palette? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matte shades, so we have 7 kind of metallic, glittery, and 5 matte shades. The issue that I had, and it's not an issue, but like when I was purchasing the palette, I was not actually realizing that it's really like pink toned. I was thinking I have neutral shades, like brown, beige shades, but eventually it turned out that you end up always making like pretty pink looks with this palette. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's... I always go for pink looks, I don't know. So in this case I'm gonna try to mix a bit this neutral shade, which has a bit caramel or camel tone to it, and try to make it look a bit less pink. And it's a bit more dark, so you add a bit more depth to the eye look in this case, but they blend and work beautifully together, so you don't have any sharp edges. For the outer corner, I want to use this super dark shade. Use the shade number 12. Pretty predictable since they are just numbered. And see how much it picks. It's pretty pigmented. I'm gonna definitely have a fallout using a fluffy brush like this, but we can always clean up the under eyes. So let's go ahead and apply this. You can already see. Initially we can do tapping motions to not lose too much pigment, but you can see how pigmented this is. I'm super impressed, considering sometimes I buy eyeshadow palettes from other brands which cost more, they don't perform as good. I'm gonna start using the metallic shades in the palette now, and you will see where it goes a bit downwards in this palette, in this brand maybe. I don't know if maybe the other palettes from the same line, they look better or perform better, but this one, the metallic shades are a bit missing that wow effect, but they still perform pretty good, like for the price. I'm just gonna use a clean, super fluffy brush to just blend the shadows. They already look blended, you don't have much to do. And now let's go ahead and see how this shade swatch. First of all, there is this duochrome, multi-chrome shade here, which we can see it's like pink, coral, peachy, there is bluish, purpley glitters inside. It's very beautiful, but you lose that wow effect when you apply it on your eyes. However, we are gonna swatch all these colors, especially the metallic ones on the hand, to see how they look. I'm gonna start with this first shade, which is like green grayish shadow with golden glitters inside. This is how it looks. This is how it swatches. Like, you can use it for a beautiful smoky eye, but as you can see, there is nothing metallic here. But it's still a beautiful shade. Next, I'm gonna swatch this one, which is the most disappointing one, because it comes very chalky. It doesn't look metallic at all. It's workable. Which perform like this, but especially for beginners, this is a very good place to start, especially for teenagers who do not have that budget to spend like 30 euros on a palette or something. In this case, you can start with this, and trust me, that's not a shitty quality palette. You do get the pigment. I'm just being super picky because I know how metallic eyeshadows can look and perform, and this is not the best case scenario, but they do work. Right now I'm swatching this shade, which is a bit like lavender pink. It doesn't look very metallic, it's more chalky. Work this shadow good. Not bad. Pink, not super metallic, but it has some reflect. It's still gonna look cute. Last one on this line is this like dark burgundy. Oh, how do you describe this color? It's like burgundy purpley shade with some metallic effect in it. There is no glitter, actual glitter. It looks like, how you call it, like aubergine color, like purple eggplant color. And this is how it swatches. Like, amazing pigment, like literally, how can you get that kind of swatch from a €4.5 eyeshadow palette? Like, it's pretty good. And we're gonna continue and do the second line now. Here we have more. Next shade is this pink and golden brown at some light, and it's supposed to be more glittery, more like chunky glitter. This is how it looks on the finger, pretty reflective, and this is how it swatches. It's pretty beautiful. It has a base to it, so you'll see it more on the eye compared to the other shades. Now we are gonna go ahead and use this, swatch this one, which is number 9. This is how it swatches. Again, pretty smooth during the swatch. Please don't forget that I'm not using any primer for the swatch. They look pretty nice, and this is why I initially bought this palette, because I swatched them in the store and I was like just wowed. I was like, is this the actual price for this palette? Because like for €4.5 you get this. Eyeshadow that I'm most confused about is this shade that I told you is like multi-chrome, because the color changes with all the lighting, but this just looks like, feels like you're digging your finger into Vaseline. And when you try to pick, this is, okay, this is how it looks. It's just like super cute, barely there, like eyeshadow, which like you can only see the glitter, the sparkle at some lighting, otherwise it doesn't have a base. So it swatches, but like, I mean, it's barely there. All the metallic shades in this palette, of course, doesn't look metallic, doesn't look metallic. These ones compared to these ones already look kind of weak. This one is barely there, but they do work. I've been using this palette on a daily basis since I got it, especially the matte shades. So even if I only continue to use the matte shades, they're already worth it, but there are a few beautiful glitters here, and I think if you put a glitter base to it, maybe it will work better. So we will try this today. I will do on my one side application with a finger, because with brush it's definitely not gonna work. Apply glitter glue and see if that makes a difference or no. I think I want to apply this glittery pink shade. Let's go ahead and apply this without any extra help on this side. This is how it looks. Already reflective, beautiful. It doesn't have much base, so you do still see your eyelid under it. However, let's try to build it up a bit more and see what we can do with this. Okay, I don't like the transitioning part here because you can see the shine at some angle, but if I look directly, it looks transparent. So in this case, I will also mix a bit of this shade, which was that plummy, a bit glittery shade, at the transitioning part to make it blend a bit better. Maybe it's a bad idea, but we will try. It's okay, like it's removing the glittery effect from that eyeshadow, because as I mentioned, that purpley shade, despite having some glitter inside, it's still not metallic, it's not glittery when you apply it. So this is what we end up with without any primer. Let's go ahead on this side, try to find my NYX glitter glue and see how it works with that. And I'm back with this glitter glue. I haven't used it since years, and that's definitely expired. Definitely expired. It's been years that I bought it, and the shelf life is only 6 months. Hopefully we're not gonna get any allergic reaction. And I'm not gonna use too much, just a little bit to apply in this inner corner. It's more like a eye primer, but it gives like tackiness like to your eyelid, so the glittery eyeshadows, they stick better. Now let's go ahead and try that eyeshadow again. Okay, do we have more payoff here? I think so. I think this looks more glittery. Yeah, it's more glittery. However, the difference is not that big, so I don't think you need a glitter primer or glitter glue here. Okay, and one last thing we could do is like use this milky shade to highlight our brow bone. So I'm just gonna finish my eye look using the same shades to do my bottom lash line and be right back. In my inner corners, I really want to apply this whitish glittery shade. I already picked some on this tiny brush. So let's go ahead and apply and see how it looks. Super glittery, especially my brush was a bit wet since I cleaned it on a wet napkin. And this is how it looks. It's really beautiful. As you can see, this eye look is worth more, definitely more than just €5. I just added a little bit of mascara to not distract you from the look we created with this eyeshadow palette. I'm super happy with this purchase. It's a beautiful palette, it's very affordable. If I had to rate it, comparing it to the other palettes that I have, more high-end, more pricey ones, maybe I would rate it 5 or 6 out of 10. But for the price that you pay for this, less than €5, I remind you guys, 12 eyeshadows for less than €5. They perform decently, and for the price I would rate 8 out of 10. You cannot beat this. I'm planning to go back and purchase more warm toned shades because this is a bit too pink toned for me. I like this. I feel super pretty using this eyeshadow palette, and that's what we all want. Isn't that the point of using makeup? So that we feel more confident, more pretty. And if you can achieve that goal with a eyeshadow palette which costs less than €5, why not? Why? Why would you go and purchase a more expensive one? In this case, this palette from W7 called Eye Mood Day to Night palette is worth it 100%. So if you have a Normal near you, or you have another store which sells this brand and especially this product, give it a try and you will not regret this, especially if you don't like it. Oh my god, it's just like €5. We'll use at least some shades from this palette, which is already making it worth it. For me, this is more daytime look, so I will try to create a more evening look with this palette. Post another video soon. But for now, this is it. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you again on my channel. Bye!